Would you let a stranger trample your yard just because it's convenient for them? That's the question I faced when I moved into my new home last spring. The house was perfecta cozy suburban gem with a backyard I dreamed of turning into a garden. But there was one problem. My neighbor, Karen. From day one, Karen treated my yard like her personal highway. Every morning, she'd march through, cutting across to reach the park behind our street. Her sneakers crushed my grass, and when I politely asked her to use the sidewalk, she scoffed. I've been walking this way for years. It's my right. Her entitlement stung, but I let it slide, hoping she'd stop. She didn't. Instead, she got bolder, trampling my new flower beds and even tossing her coffee cups into my bushes. My patience were thin. I decided to act. I spent a weekend building a sturdy wooden fence around my property. It wasn't cheap, and my hands were blistered by the end, but it felt good to reclaim my space. The next morning, Karen's shriek echoed through the neighborhood. "You blocked my path," she yelled, pounding on my door. Her face was red, her voice dripping with outrage. "This is outrageous. You can't do this." I calmly explained it was my property, but she stormed off, vowing to make me regret it. The next week was chaos. Karen rallied neighbors, claiming I was destroying community spirit. She filed complaints with the HOA, but I checked the rules-me fence was legal. She even tried sneaking through at night, but my new motion sensor lights caught her every time. Then came the twist. A quiet neighbor, Mrs. Ellis, pulled me aside. She'd lived here for decades and revealed Karen had bullied others into letting her use their yards too. "You're the first to stand up to her," she whispered, her eyes gleaming with admiration. That gave me strength. The situation exploded at the next HOA meeting. Karen stormed in, armed with a petition to remove my fence. She ranted about her right to the shortcut, calling me selfish and unneighborly. The room was tense until her own husband, Tom, stood up. "Karen, enough," he said, his voice firm. Everyone froze. Tom, a soft-spoken man I'd barely noticed, turned to me. "You did the right thing. She's been trampling everyone's yards for years. I'm tired of her nonsense." Gasps filled the room. Karen's face turned ghostly white. Tom's words shifted everything. Neighbors who'd stayed silent now spoke up, sharing their own stories of Karen's overbearing demands. One mentioned her yelling at kids for playing too loudly. Another recalled her demanding free access to their garage. The petition crumbled as the room turned against her. Karen tried to argue, but her voice faltered. She left the meeting humiliated, her shortcut dreams shattered. In the weeks that followed, justice felt sweet. My garden flourished without Karen's footprints. The HOA dismissed her complaints, and my fence stood tall. Tom even stopped by to apologize, admitting he'd been too passive with Karen's behavior. "You inspired me to speak up," he said, clapping me on the shoulder. I couldn't help but smile. Karen, meanwhile, avoided me entirely, her usual swagger gone. Rumor has it she now takes the long route to the park, muttering to herself. This wasn't just about a fence, it was about standing up to entitlement. Karen thought she could bully her way through life, but she learned actions have consequences. My yard is now a sanctuary, and I've made new friends in the neighborhood, like Mrs. Ellis, who brings me homemade cookies. Sometimes, doing what's right feels like a battle, but it's worth it when even your opponent's ally cheers you on. What do you think? Was I wrong to build that fence, or was Karen's reaction out of line? Share your thoughts below.